welcome back to my channel. And welcome to one of my new absolute favorite things, and that is today we're going to be talking about all the absolute fabulous things that I have used up. Y'all know that it has been a long journey for me to be the type of person who enjoys panning something, who enjoys using something up, because back in the day I used to be all like, mustn't use very much of it, must have it forever. Whereas now there is very little that gives me the same amount of like visceral joy and happiness from using a product completely up. It is amazing. If I remember, I will leave my past Empties videos down below. There may not be that many of them because, like I said, this is sort of a new thing for me, having the enjoyment of using things up. It's a new step in my makeup journey. But y'all, like I said, especially using skincare up, it is just one of the most satisfying sensations I have ever experienced. And there is also very little that gives me the same amount of agita from sitting there and being like, all right, I've been using you every day for what feels like 10 years. I need you to give up the ghost. I want to use something else. And then you have those products that you're like, I'm so excited that I used you up because that means I need to buy a new one of you because I love you so stinking much. Let's start off with some just sort of like whatevers. This is not necessarily makeup related. This is a Little Journey baby wash. This is what I use to clean my brushes and my sponges with. I know a lot of you have been like, you need to try the Cinema Secrets, and you need to do this, and you need to do that, and I need to be better about maybe trying that. But for now, I just kind of use this, and one bottle of these, which is like less than $5, lasts me at least 6 months. So usually I just use the Johnson or the generic version. I think this was just kind of one that they had and somewhere. It did its purpose. I used it up, and now it's time that I can, you know, put it in the trash. That's always the fun thing about being a YouTuber. You're like, I used it up. And someone's like, you gotta throw that packaging away. And I'm like, no, I have to hold on to this for another 5 months until I have enough products to talk about. All right, then we have a dry shampoo, Batiste. This is not cruelty-free. I am working on finding a cruelty-free dry shampoo option. I tried one that's also in here. That wasn't really my thing. It didn't really impress me. I have been using, I can't remember. It's a brand that is cruelty-free, and I've been trying a couple of theirs, and I have been really enjoying those. Y'all know, or maybe you don't know, one of my end-all be-all products by Batiste is their Volumizing Dry Shampoo. It is amazing. And I've been trying something similar to that in the other brand, but this is just, there's a reason it's really high rated. There's a reason it's so popular. It's just a really good all-around solid dry shampoo. I use it on my wigs. I use it on my real hair. It's just been a thing. Might as well talk about the other dry shampoo that I tried. This was in a hits and misses. This is the Cake the Do-Gooder Totally to Die For Volumizing Dry Shampoo. The first thing that you notice about this stuff actually is when you spray this shiz on your hair, it has one of the most powerful, most cloying, most fake. It's like a floral attempt at like the scent of buttercream frosting. It is not pleasant. It is not nice. It is overwhelming. It is toxic, and it lingers. I can't tell you. I'll open up a bag of one of my wigs that I use this and just whoosh right into my face. And I'm not one of those people who's really sensitive to scents. And so for this to come off as so like overwhelming to me, I cannot imagine what it would do to one of y'all who's actually really sensitive to that sort of shiz. It was okay as a dry shampoo. It is most definitely not one that I would recommend or I would repurchase. It was just sort of a, trying something new, trying something that's cruelty-free, and it just like, you know, the packaging is cute, like pink and whatever, but as an actual product, basically did nothing for me. If anything, it offended me with its terrible aroma. I will tell you this now, I have a lot of skincare empties going up in this thing. I've just been going through it. My skincare routine has been consistent. We've been rotating new things, using up old things. I am doing this thing with my skincare and the majority of products that I have. do not open something else until you've used something up. So like, for example, I didn't start a different cleanser until I used this one up. And this is the Tarte Knockout Daily Exfoliating Cleanser. This is AHA and BHA. This is really good. This is probably one of the best products I've ever tried from Tarte, and I've tried their blushes, I've tried their eyeshadows, I've tried their lipstick. I love their concealer. I have that shiz. But I just thought it was kind of funny that my favorite item from Tarte was a skincare item. This is a really good cleanser. I feel like this is one that was like gentle enough while still being really good at removing the impurities, the dead skin. You feel really clean after this cleanser, and this is a cleanser. I know some of y'all gasp and horror and all, but in my skincare routine, I typically double cleanse. I do one that's a bit more gentler just to get the dirt and the grime off, and then I'll go with something a little bit more intense like this. With this one, did not have to double cleanse, just use this, then would go into an exfoliation if it was that kind of day, or if not, we just go right on into a serum. It felt really good on my skin. This is definitely one that if I didn't have cleansers on backup that I'd already bought, I would repurchase this one. Definitely one that I would recommend. I got it for, I don't know, because I wanted to try it, and it ended up being something that I really enjoyed. Let's talk about something that was like a favorite, then I wasn't sure if I really liked it, then I tried it again, and I ended up really liking it. Tatcha, the bougie expensive pricey skincare, which y'all know your girl, I do not like recommending super expensive products unless I believe they are worth every single blink and penny. These are not cheap cleansers. This is the rice polish. This one is in deep, but I started using this one again because I used up a more Pacific version. They're basically the same thing. This one says it's a treatment enzyme peel cleansing powder. Basically the same sort of deal, and I liked this one, but this is not one that I would repurchase after especially trying this one. This one just made my skin feel so much cleaner. It made it feel very fresh, very healthy, which this one did. One thing I didn't like about this one is I feel like it left sort of like a greasy film, because after my cleansing and exfoliating, I go into a serum, and it's like I would put my serum on and it would like start creating like white lather again. And like that's after really significantly rinsing my face, and I really did not enjoy that with this one. So this one, I got it through Octoly. I wouldn't recommend it, and I definitely wouldn't purchase it with my own money. This one really came to my rescue, and I will tell you guys, one thing that I try to take into consideration when it comes to expensive skincare is how long it lasts. And I had started using this, and I'm not entirely sure why I stopped. And then I started using it again, and I had less than half in this container left. Took it to Tennessee with me, and it lasted. It took about 4 months of daily use using this to get rid of that little less than half. And that's with me probably using too much of this product than I should, because I think they're like, use a pea-sized amount, and I definitely don't use a pea-sized amount. So this one I can actually recommend. I did one of the only things I bought during one of the Sephora 20% off sales. I purchased one of these because I knew I wanted to have it, and I just really enjoy it. It just really makes you feel clean. It doesn't strip your skin. You feel nice and fresh after. This one is the deep one. I'm also currently using, because I bought one and then the other because I'm stupid, but I'm using the original now, and I still really, really like that one too. Probably wouldn't repurchase it just because I like this one better, but the other one is working well because I have it and I'm using it up before I open something else. But one of the products that I can actually recommend from Tatcha. Then if we're talking about Tatcha, we might as well talk about another product that I would recommend, and another product that is okay, but you can find different things that are the exact same thing for a better price. And that would actually have to be the Tatcha, the water cream. This was okay. It was good. But with that being said, I don't feel that this was any better than a lot of other gel water-based moisturizers that I've used that are half the price of these. It wasn't any better. Like, it was the same sort of thing. Pretty sure I talked about some of those in my previous declutter. Like I said, I'll try my best to link that down below. But this was very similar to, I had one from Monde, which I think was like around the $20, $30 something mark. Then there was one from the Cica Me Back Cream is really good, very similar to this. I've tried a couple different gel type because my skin really, for a daytime moisturizer, really likes those gel to water sort of ones. I'm trying one from Bliss right now, which is I think it's like $15 or something. Just as good. There is no difference, in my opinion, for my skin, my whatever. I have found little to no difference between this one, which is very, very expensive, compared to other less expensive counterparts that are kind of the same thing. They just do the same thing for me. I didn't use this one and be like, oh, yes, this is a significantly better experience. So if you're looking for a gel to water-based type sort of moisturizer, I would recommend checking out some less expensive ones. There are a lot of brands that do them. I would try one of those before busting in on this because it was good. But it wasn't amazing, and it wasn't any better than similar products I'd tried. Whereas when it comes to a nighttime moisturizer, I do love the Dewy Skin Cream. Where the water cream, I tried it and I was like, okay, it's good, but it isn't the best. This is probably currently my favorite nighttime moisturizer because it just makes your skin feel so dewy, so supple, so fresh, so glorious, making you look like you haven't been using a body sugar scrub on your face for about a year. I went into this and I was like, it's expensive, but I'm gonna try it because everybody loves it and it's all hyped up. And I do really, really like this. I actually can't remember quite when I purchased it, but I do have one of these sitting in my skincare overflow drawer of things that I get to open up after I use up something else. Because this is one of those super expensive products that are it's just really good. I really like it. And I've tried other really thick, intense, because I use the water-based ones, the gel ones, in the daytime, and then for nighttime I go for something a bit more intense. I've tried the Milk Makeup vegan milk one, which is good. I've tried the Marc Jacobs Youthquake, which is, but this one, for some reason, just really stands out to me amidst a lot of the other skincare items I've tried. And a lot of the moisturizers I've tried, because your girl has tried a lot of moisturizers. It's just one of those things that I go through and I keep trying to... Okay, a good example. Sorry, we're going back to the water cream. A really good example of a less expensive version of the Tatcha water cream is the Pure Cosmetics Cloud Cream, 4-in-1 Cloud Cream. If you're interested in the Tatcha one, would definitely recommend trying the Pure one first because I feel like it's just as good, if not better, and it is significantly less expensive. But I have yet to find a comparable product to this right here. It is something that is very unique that I've found that just does something really good for my skin that I haven't found, like I said, the same sort of results in another product. Another product that I absolutely love, and if I didn't have, once again, a lot of this is prefaced with, if I didn't have stuff already on backup that I'm going to be using, I would repurchase this. This is the Truly Organic Doll Face Cream. I love this. This is definitely one of the, would not recommend this for someone with normal to oily skin. This is definitely normal to dry because it creates this just very, I don't want to say greasy or slimy, but that kind of product that leaves you looking dewy, that makes you look like you have a little bit of moisture on your face. It's very fresh. It's very light. It's very just, I adore this as an everyday moisturizer. I will also, if I'm going out and I'm not putting like face on, I will put some of this on my whatever because it just really enlivens your face and makes it look so healthy. This stuff was absolutely amazing for this area here. It just really sunk into all of my dry lines and really just plumped my skin and made it look just dewy, just beautiful. I would say that these two are, this one is more intense, but if you want a lighter version of this sort of the result that this gives, would definitely recommend this. Absolutely beautiful. I bought it because I was just, let me just buy all the skincare. And I know that this brand has like, they do like gummies and stuff like that. And I'm like, not sure how viable that is, but this skin cream, moisturizer, whatever the flip it is, I absolutely love. One skincare item that I probably wouldn't repurchase. This is the Physicians Formula 24 Karat Gold Collagen Serum. I bought this when I was kind of on just like, you know how I used to be. I would buy anything and everything, you know, oh, this is from a new brand. This is coming out. This is new. Let's try it out. And this was okay. I used this as a serum, which I think that's what it is. I don't like products that are all like, oh, it's 24 karat infused. It has gold in it. The only reason it has gold in it and the only thing it brings to the product is making it seem bougie and luxurious. The little gold, little flaky things in here were not doing anything for my complexion. They're just there to make it seem fancy. And this was okay. I feel like if you're kind of on a budget, although Physicians Formula can be a bit more expensive, I think this is something that would be good to try out. I enjoyed it while I used it, but it's kind of the standard that I hold new skincare products to are against those things are like my end all be all holy grails. So I wouldn't purchase this above my Good Molecules serums that I absolutely love. They're like $10 and under, affordable. They pack a lot of punch. They do the job. This was just kind of fun to try. It did make this area of my complexion very nice, very plump, very hydrated. It did seem to have that good collagen effect. I haven't tried a huge amount of collagen serums, so I think this is just the one. Was a good product, didn't break me out, didn't do anything bad to my skin, and I did see nice effects when I used it, but nothing that was better or more amazing than some of my favorite stuff. And if we're going to talk about favorite stuff, we might as well talk about Good Molecules. I am an affiliate with this brand, and if I can remember and figure out how to do it, I'll leave my link down below. But this one is one that they sent me. I was gonna say via Octoly, but this was actually sent to me by Good Molecules. I'd already used up that one, so this was a repurchase for me. The Daily Brightening Serum. And then this one was one that I bought just because I wanted to try it. The Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I love their serums. These two are probably my favorite thus far. For the price point and for how well these serums work, I have absolutely nothing bad to say about them. They are available on Beautylish. I believe they have their own website, but I think they are an exclusive to Beautylish. I'm pretty sure they're like Beautylish's skincare brand. I could be entirely wrong, but I do absolutely love these. You need just a little bit, and they really do what they say they're doing. The hyaluronic acid one was very hydrating, very good for just my overall skin health. I really like using this one when my skin's a little dull, a little tired. I'll typically use this one for a couple days after traveling for a trip. Like I've been using this, not this one, the other one I have, for like when I came back from Tennessee and I'm like, all right, my skin's a little bit whatever. I'm gonna use this for a couple of days to kind of perk it up. Highly recommend this brand. There hasn't been a single thing except for the cleansing balm, which maybe because I don't know how to use it, but but everything else I've tried by them, I really, really enjoyed. Next up is kind of a funny product because I bought it and I was like, yeah, no, I don't think I really like it that much. And then I started using it again and it ended up in a hits and misses again where I was like, I actually really like this. This is from the brand Bliss, which I believe is available on Ulta. It was also available at Target and now it's available in some Walmarts. This is something if you are looking for a much less expensive version of the Dr. Brandt Pore Dermabrasion, which is like $78 and this is like $10. I don't believe that they are absolutely equal, but if you're wanting something that's very similar, I actually have since purchased another one of these that I have on hold for after I run out of another exfoliant, and I've been really, really enjoying it. I would say this one is good. Like it's a little bit, it's not the same. It doesn't have, I feel, all of the same benefits that the Dr. Brandt one does, whereas I exfoliate with something like this every 3 to 4 days. So obviously I'm not using that kind of thing daily to see that sort of results, but when I use the Dr. Brandt one for like if I use it every 4 days and I'm just using that exfoliant, I noticed that my overall skin health where I'm using it is just really, really good, where I find that this is better if you're just looking for like a pick-me-up, your skin's looking a bit dull, you're wanting sort of a one-time, just really slough away the dead skin cells and get your face all kinds of ready for serums and moisturizers and stuff. I saw the Dr. Brandt one giving me more long-term benefits, but that even being said, I love this one for when I'm having like just a day where I want to take it all off because it leaves my skin feeling so fresh, so clean, makes it feeling absolutely perfect for that next step of serum. For some reason, this just makes you feel it's like, you're fresh, you're bright, you're beautiful, you're exfoliated. It's amazing. So I love it. I love it. Like, it's so funny. I love it as much as like the microdermabrasion, but for different reasons. They are not the same product. Use the micropore dermabrasion from Dr. Brandt for like whatever, and I use this for different whatevers, but I really enjoy them both, and I'm really happy that I kind of came around to enjoying this. What's an Empties video without a Milk Makeup Hydra Grip Primer? Y'all have heard this song and dance before. I love this primer. It is my favorite primer. It is my end-all be-all primer. It is the primer that 99.99999% of the times that I use. I mean, long story short, I just absolutely love this. I will continue to buy it. I will continue to use it up. It is absolutely fan-tucking-fastic. Another reoccurring item in my empties is the Iope Hyaluronic Serum. This is hands down my favorite serum, just straight up. There are very few and very rare times when I'm not using this in my skincare routine, and that's typically when I'm trying something else. I adore this serum. I can get it on Amazon. You can get it from the Iope site. This is the type of serum where you're like, I can understand why this is expensive. I believe it is under $50, which still expensive. But I use this and I see the first time, I got my first one from Octoly, and this was sort of in my beginning of starting to have a good skincare routine. And I didn't realize how amazing this was until I really started noticing. I was like, Soraya, the texture right here is looking so much better. And I was like, I didn't even know I had texture until I noticed that it was diminishing. And it was diminishing because of this. I loved it. Anyone with dry skin, highly recommend. One of the best serum, the best. This is my favorite. This is my favorite serum for. I use this especially here, and here. This is what I love to use to target my driest spots. And then I'll go in with like one of the good molecules, the brightening one or the hyaluronic one, or I was using the Physicians Formula Collagen. This is the intense target the most important areas. Then we use the other ones sort of for overall face health. Absolutely love it. Currently using another one. I bet you'll see that in my next empties. Another product that I did really enjoy, and this is the type of product that I would say try something like this before you try the Tatcha water cream. This is the Clean Beauty Grapefruit Water Gel Moisturizer. And I really enjoyed this. This, once again, was just a very nice, light, daily moisturizer. Like I said, I use this kind during out the day. I'm using one from the Bliss brand right now, which is very similar. I actually noted to there's one from Neutrogena that was a moisturizer that worked really well for my skin, but it's not cruelty free. So if you like that, I would definitely try out the Bliss one. But this one was just really good. You know, I think it was like $10 at Walmart. I've tried a couple different products by these people. Eventually, maybe I'll get a whole video up about them. Not entirely sure, but this is something that I would recommend. I don't necessarily know if I would repurchase it because I have other ones that are in this same kind of formula that I like better, but this is definitely one that I would recommend if you are looking for or you like that gel water-based moisturizer, and this one is affordable at Walmart. Would recommend. Something else that I would recommend that I actually got at Marshall's, because this is the Dr. Brandt, who is pricey, bougie. I love a lot of their products. A lot of their things have been really strong hits for me. One of which being the XYY Extend Your Youth Face Cream. Now this I used as sort of like okay, so I would cleanse. If the day was whatever, I would exfoliate. And then we use a serum. And then I would use something like this in, once again, trouble areas. I try to moisturize and heal and protect this area as much as I can. So I would put this on as sort of a spot cream and then go in with a moisturizer. And this was really good. Like, it was really just like when I was using this, my skin felt just overall very healthy. And one thing that I like to take into consideration with products is when I'm using this stuff, is my face continually looking good? How are my breakouts? How are my dry patches? How is the overall health of my skin over an extended period of time? And I noticed that my skin looked really good. A powerhouse combination was like this with the Truly Doll Face Cream. These two together were an absolute powerhouse for creating soft, healthy, dewy, supple, and radiant looking skin. These two, really good together. I would be tempted to repurchase this, even though I got it for like $12.99. And I know it's not going to be $12.99, but it was just really good. Also really like this, you know, they just work so well together. I love Marshall's, kind of. It's a great way to try things for less money, but then if you find that you really like it, gonna have to pay the full price anyway. And I really like this. Wasn't sure what I was expecting. I just bought it because it was bougie skincare for like $13. Then another Dr. Brandt from the exact same line, the XYY Extend Your Youth Eye Cream. Now, eye cream is something that's been kind of new to me on my makeup skincare journey. Your girl is 30. I don't have 20-year-old looking eyelids anymore. I got my whatevers and going all around here. I am fairly blessed, I like to think. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for my skin genetics at least. But you're never too young to start out. And this is probably gonna have to say, for the limited amount of eye products that I've tried, this one was probably my favorite. This is the product that I actually noticed the most results from. I've tried two from Iope. I believe I've tried one. I tried one from More Pacific that was absolute garbage. I've tried the Ole Henriksen, the Brightening one, but this one I noticed really just kept the overall health of my eye area looking really nice. It kept my lines from being deep. It kept my eyes from getting all kinds of dark, puffy, or gnarly. My eye area was just complected very well while I was using this. Have not repurchased it because I've got other eye creams that I've purchased that I'm gonna have and I'm gonna use up. But after all that's done, I'm probably gonna save up, see how much this is, and purchase this again because I just really enjoyed the results that I got while using this. Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, what I'm wearing on my beautiful complexion today. Great foundation. I love it. I've actually got another one that's in Tennessee that I've used up, so there's two. I use this foundation probably most times when I beat my face, I'm using this foundation. It is my go-to, my everyday, when I just know what I want to get done and I know it's going to look good. This is the foundation that I use. Got a couple lip balm products going on here. This is the Jack Black Intense Therapy Lip Balm, Natural Mint and Shea Butter. It's okay. I like this one more than the Mario Badescu lip balm. I would not repurchase this one, but I would repurchase this one. But I'm not going to right now because I'm trying some Cbd Infused Lip Balm from my CBD lady. I will obviously let y'all know how that goes. These were good. I do like tube, more liquid Vaseline type lip balms simply because my lips can get very dry and even flaky around the edge of them. When I have really bad dry lips, they look awful up here. And I find that the more Vaseline type lip products are they help and they enrich more, and they, at least for my lips, they seem to work better. So I would probably repurchase the Jack Black one. I really liked how that one felt and how that one did. The Shea one, I kind of felt like I had to keep reapplying it and it just wasn't as nourishing as this one. We got two facial sprays, honestly, neither of which I would repurchase. This is the Flower Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. This is nice for setting your makeup. If you have to do it, go in and do any kind of dabby, any kind of blendy, any kind of touch up. Impenetrable. I like a setting spray that sets my makeup but still allows me to kind of work with it. This seals it. Like, if you want something that is gonna make you hydrating, not sure how hydrating it was, but it definitely sealed Ziploc level tightness. Makeup not coming off. And then I had the Too Faced Do You Fresh Glow Setting Spray. I enjoyed this. I wouldn't repurchase it just because I have more affordable ones that I really like. I probably would have enjoyed this one a little bit more if my nozzle hadn't been so janked from the beginning. But this was a very nice, a very hydrating, a very, it felt fresh. When you sprayed it onto your skin, you felt all kinds of like, yes, beautiful. And it did do a good job of setting it while also giving me that kind of like movement, because when I sweat, it's here and like here, and my makeup is gone. And so I sometimes have to go in and dab, and that flower one, This one allowed me to do that, so it was nice. It was okay. I used it up because I had it, but it's not one that I would say go out and buy, not one that I would repurchase. I don't even know if this shiz is still available. All right, last but not least, we've got two products from Octoly. The first one is the Peyote Paris Hydra 24 Plus Essence Plumping Priming Infusion. Now, I really like this. I use this as a serum. Not entirely sure if it was meant to be used as like a primer because it says priming solution. Never tried it as that. Really liked it as a serum. I'm not entirely sure of Peyote's like price point. I think it's kind of like, it's not like high-end super luxury skincare prices, but it's also not like super crazy affordable. But this is one that I would say if it was like around $20, I would recommend it. Any more than that, and I think you can probably get the same things for the same price for more affordable. The one thing I didn't like about this one is it had like little flower or little some kind of, you know how you have those aloe drinks and they've got like bits of aloe floating through it? This has got like bits of flower bit going through it. But while I had it, I did really enjoy it, and under a certain price point, whateverness, I would probably repurchase it. Then last but not least, we have the Iope Plant Stem Cell Cream. Now y'all know that I absolutely love Iope. I have a lot of products by them I love. My end all be all serum is made by them. This is one that it's kind of complicated because I really liked it when I first got it. It's a thicker face cream. It's not one that's necessarily intended for moisturizing. I feel like it's more for anti-aging, for overall skin health, rather than just focusing on one particular thing. So I would use this kind of like, you know, in those like trouble areas, the more aging areas of my face. And I really did like it. I don't think I would repurchase it. I would have to take into consideration price point, and I'm not entirely sure how much it retails for. But in order for me to feel good about repurchasing or purchasing a super expensive, well, anything, but especially skincare, I need to be assured that I enjoy the results I get and that it actually gives results. It has been a while since I've used this up. I remember enjoying it. I am not entirely sure how, however, it would stack up to a lot of the things that I try and use and know and love today. But there we had it. That was my first empties for 2021. I hope that there are going to be a lot more of these. Obviously, you kind of have to wait until you have enough products. I have a bin where I'm like, yay, it's trash, and it goes in the bin and it stays there until I need to talk about it. That is the joy of being a beauty YouTuber. Would love to hear what y'all have to say about these products. If you've tried them, you like them. I want to do some more like in-depth skincare type videos. Obviously, I can only speak for my own personal skin type, but skincare is one of those things that I am super passionate about. I probably enjoy skincare just as much, if not more, than actual makeup. Just something about a good, healthy complexion really gets my jollies on. And I'd love to hear about the skincare products you would recommend down below, as well as something that you've used up, whether because you love it or because you're desperate to get on to something else. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!